Thank you for listening to the Business Blast podcast. So for all my listeners out there that have been wanting to do your own podcast, I'd like to introduce to you Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing, and monetizing your podcast. So before I found Anchor, I had never actually done a podcast because all the research that I had gathered made it seem very complex. Then I found Anchor, and Anchor makes podcasting extremely simple. So if you want to do your own podcast, go to anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast. Welcome to the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. This episode is brought to you by Authors Unite. Authors Unite provides you with all the resources you need to become a successful author. You can learn more about Authors Unite and join the free community at authorsunite.com. Now, let's jump into the episode. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Business Blast podcast. Very excited for our guest. His name is Christopher Acho. He's a financial advisor whose main focus is serving the community and bringing financial literacy to the masses. So welcome to the show.
Thank you, Tyler. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thanks for joining us, man. I'm really excited to have you on. The first question I have for you, Christopher, is what is the best story from your life that has an underlying valuable message?
So the best story in my life that has an underlying message, it's kind of a dark story, even though I lost my brother when he was 17, and this was about 19 years ago. And he was only a year and a half younger than me. So we were really like best friends. The message with that, at the end of the day was, life goes on. No matter what happens to you in your life, whatever happens in my life, we all have a decision and a choice to make. Either we can allow things to consume us, or we can allow things to just move on, so life goes on. Even though it's kind of like, don't get me wrong, I love my brother, I miss him, but this is the way it was meant to be. And for anyone and everyone out there that's having struggles in anything, this will pass, and as it all does. So,
thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah, no problem.
The next one I have for you is, what is the most valuable piece of information that we should know that's within your expertise or industry?
Well, there's only one asset in the planet that, number one, you always get back more than what you put in. Number two, you never lose. And number three, you never pay any taxes on. And that's life insurance. So we have the greatest life insurance products in American history, but yet we have the hugest need because people think that a GoFundMe account is life insurance, and they're more concerned with insuring their smartphones and their vehicles. So there's the asset, there's only one asset in the world. This is a fact, so it's important that people realize that.
Yeah, no, that's huge. I actually was not even aware of that. And then what is your best piece of overall business advice? So not necessarily industry specific.
Overall business advice is life is all about relationships. So is business. It's always good to help each other out, to, be there for each other, and to always be involved in your community where your business is located at, and give back and serve. So, and it's very important to pay your business or pay yourself at least 10%.
And if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that be?
The younger version of me needs to be a little bit more calm, cool, collective, and a lot of patience.
Patience is key.
Right.
And in your opinion, what is the key to happiness?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last question. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. In your opinion, what is the key to happiness?
The key to happiness is, you being content with your life, and falling in love with the journey. Never, ever, ever postpone your happiness. We are so blessed. We are so fortunate that there are a lot of people in the world that would literally trade, their organs and their body parts to have the issues that we have. So just be grateful, smell the roses, take time for yourself, and fall in love with the journey, and never postpone your happiness for nothing.
And what is the best book that you've read, and what was the number one thing you learned from that?
So the best book, I'm an avid reader, which I never was before, but the best book I've ever read was by Napoleon Hill, and it is Think and Grow Rich. That I've read that book over 10 times, and each time that I read it, I get more and more from it. It is so deep, and it just really kind of gives you a breakdown on how powerful your mind and your thoughts are.
And what is your favorite quote and why?
Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. And that is from Napoleon Hill, from the Think and Grow Rich. And it's just pretty much self-explanatory. Yeah. Our mind is so powerful. And if you really want, you focus and train your mind on whatever it is that you want. If you have a burning desire and passion to do so, you will accomplish it.
I love it, man. Dude, that's one of my favorite books as well. So thank you for coming on. The last question I have for you, Christopher, is where is the best place for people to find you online?
Best place to find me online is on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, but I love Facebook. And I do a lot of video marketing, just spreading out a lot of love, a lot of positivity, and just, showing that, I have kids. So we're all temporary visitors here on the earth plane. I want to make sure when I'm gone, my kids will say like, hey, you know what? My daddy, he was a good guy. So I do a lot of stuff on Facebook, and that's the best place you can reach me at.
I love it, man. Thank you again for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Hey, Tyler, man, you are awesome, bro. I really appreciate you. Next time you come down to Encinitas, bro, we got to have a Ballast Point, smoke a stogie, and laugh a little bit.
Yeah, I'm in, dude. I will definitely do that.
my man. All right, Tyler. You be good, man. Hey, you stay in touch, bro. Anytime you're in San Diego, you give me a call.
Will do. Talk soon.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye.